رجعنا إلى المدينة ليخرجن الأعز من الأذل ولله العزة ولرسوله وللمؤمنين ولكن المنافقين لا يعلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Elders of the Mosque congregation, brothers and sisters, honored guests and friends, I greet you with a universal greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy and blessings of God be upon you all. All praise and gratitude is due to God alone for having granted us the ability and the courage to meet here today in the sacred place and at the sacred time of our weekly Friday congregational prayers. We thank you, our guests and friends, for having accepted our invitation to attend this interfaith peace service today. And we warmly welcome you to the Claremont Mosque, your interreligious home. Since September the 11th, our global village has become an extremely unsafe and even more dangerous place within which to live. The sanctity of human life that we all hold so very dear has become expendable on a grand scale. We were horrified at the abominable attacks on innocent citizens of the United States, and we were equally dismayed at the bombing of innocent Afghani children, women and men in the name of retribution and justice. We fully endorse the condemnation of these horrific events and the unfolding human destruction, suffering and grief it has caused. We were equally appalled by the calls of Messieurs Bush and Bin Laden for the polarization of the world's communities into either those who are for terrorism or those against terrorism, or either those who are for Islam or against Islam. The world is far more complex than what they make it out to be. Islam, and indeed the world's religions, are unequivocally against violence in whatever form it may manifest itself. Our Islamic heritage is replete with examples of interreligious cooperation and tolerance between Muslims and members of other faiths. When the early Muslims were persecuted in the city of Mecca, a small group of them migrated to seek refuge and protection in Abyssinia under the rule of the Christian king Negus. The Prophet Muhammad, may God's everlasting peace and blessings be upon him, hosted a delegation of Christians in his mosque in the city of Medina, where the two parties dialogued and debated about issues of mutual concern. When the Prophet first discovered that the Jews of the city of Medina were fasting to commemorate the liberation of the Israelites by Prophet Moses, he ordered the Muslims to also voluntarily fast on that day as a mark of respect and to honor the Prophet Moses. Muslims in this part of the world have for centuries coexisted peacefully with their Christian, Jewish, Hindu and African traditional compatriots, as well as with those of other faiths or of no faith at all. Together in the darkest days of apartheid, we practically nurtured our interreligious solidarity through our mutual support for each other and by means of sustaining our spiritual needs through prayer in the struggle for equality. Our gathering here today to pray for peace should be seen against this backdrop. This humble effort of ours is but one of many other efforts in the past few weeks attempting to address the evil nature of violence and its inevitable consequences of mass destruction and the wanton taking of human life. We pray to God, the answerer of all prayers, to accept our sincere efforts here today and to guide us to establish peace and justice in this world. We have received some messages of support. Dr. Amy Marks, Deputy Co-Chair of the Interreligious Commission on Crime and Violence, and a representative on the Baha'i Council, has sent us an apology, and she says the following: this interfaith peace service is a precious event. Surely it will bring spiritual blessings to all in our region and help in our service to humanity. May all hearts be touched by the energies released by this gathering, so that people everywhere will find peaceful and unified ways to resolve human problems. Please know we are with you in spirit and prayer, and join all at your gathering in beseeching our Creator for divine mercy and the healing of nations. The Speaker of Parliament, Dr. Frenin Chinwala, has also sent her apologies, as well as the Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, Ms. Pandor, and she writes, please receive my endorsement and support for this initiative. Having just returned from America, I really believe all our leaders must raise their voice for peace and humane conduct in all our affairs. And then lastly, there is a message of support from Sangoko, the South African NGO coalition. Sangoko wishes to express its support for the call for peace and solidarity against the onslaught of terror against innocent civilians in Afghanistan and America. We stand in solidarity with all those who support the call against the futility of war that causes destruction and the loss of innocent lives. We should not allow ourselves to be divided as communities and people who have struggled hard for our democracy. We should stand in solidarity against all forms of terror being perpetrated against the innocent and